Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about Infosys interview question, and this Infosys interview took place on the 12th of July 2025, and the question that I am sharing today is from the latest round. This interview had a 3 round. First round was a technical, second round was also technical. It was a techno managerial round, and the third round was a HR round. In I have already discussed the round 1 interview question in a 2 part. Means I have created separated 2 video for this round 1 interview question, and if you haven't seen this um, haven't seen that video, please do check it out. So our today's videos, the first round is, suppose you have a 200 test cases and 49 tests failed. How would you collect the data of only failed tests in the TestNG? So guys, there is a 200 test cases that already executed, and from that 200 test cases 49 test cases had failed. So we have to run only that 49 test cases. So how will be possible? For that, in the TestNG, when we test suite is executed, TestNG automatically create a folder called the test output, which include multiple report, and from this multiple report there is a file named testng and which is auto generated file, and this file contain only the failed test cases from the current run. So for the failed test cases run, there is a test output folder, and in that test output folder there is a testng fail.xml file which is auto generated, and we have to run this testng fail.xml file to rerun the failed test cases. So if 49 out of 200 test cases fail, we use a TestNG built-in TestNG fail.xml file generated in the test output folder, and this file contain only the failed test cases. So I can rerun this file directly to focus only on failure, and by doing this it will save the time and the resources. So this is a normal way answer, means without star method. But if the interviewer asks explain this question related to your project experience, so that time you have to tell with the star method: S for situation, T for task, A for action, and R for result, that what result we get. So in the situation, in which situation we face this problem. So in one of our regression cycle, we had over 200 automation tests executed overnight. So as a task, my job was to identify and rerun only the failed test cases to debug quickly and not waste time rerunning all. So as a action, I use TestNG failed XML file which contain only the failed test cases, and I re-executed that XML file as a suite and debug the failure. So as a result, this saved the hours of re-execution time and helped me the team fix blogger faster. So in this way, you have to explain the question if the interviewer asks related to a project base. But if the interviewer asks the normal question, so that time you have to explain so in this way. Now we will see the quick summary about how many total tests were there. So 200 test cases, 49 was failed, and for that we use a TestNG, and which file we use, TestNG fail.xml file which is auto generated. Where is the TestNG fail XML file is situated? So in the test output folder, and we can rerun only failed test cases faster debugging. So in this way you have to explain this question in the interview. There is some common follow-up question relating to these questions, like can you customize what going to the integrated TestNG fail.xml, how do you handle flocky tests that fail randomly, can you email the failed test report automatically in Jenkins, and can you generate a custom report for only failed test cases. So these are the following questions you can ask in the interview related to this question. I hope guys I explained this question in very detail, that how to explain in the interview, how to explain as a project based with the star method. And if you have any query regarding these questions, please comment in the comment box. Now we'll move to the second question. Before moving the second questions, I have created one PDF which contains 5000 plus interview question and answer, and these 5000 interview question I have gathered from different testing platform like Telegram channel, Telegram group, WhatsApp channel, WhatsApp group, and other testing blog and the testing platform. And if these question structures, like first I explain the basic explanation about this question, that I explained I have given the real-time example. Also I have included how to explain this question with the star method, without star method. Also I have included a quick summary about the question, and I have also included some follow-up question related to this question. So and this is the complete package which contain 1000 plus Selenium interview question, 700 plus manual testing question, 1000 plus Java interview question, 300 plus Git interview question, Jira question, REST Assured and API testing question. This complete package also contains manual testing project with complete documentation, BDT Cucumber, which is a hybrid project, and I have explained step by step tutorial that how to build a BDT Cucumber hybrid project. So if you want these notes, I am giving its link in the comment box and the description box. Please go through this link and take a notes. And if you have any queries related to these notes, so I am giving my email in the description box. Please contact me on that email. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is, so the question is, how do we implement the retry analyzer in the TestNG? So guys, in the previous video I have already discussed how to rerun the failed test cases without retry analyzer. But if the interviewer asks without retry analyzer, explain this question, so that time we have to tell we rerun our failed test cases by using TestNG TestNG fail.xml file, which is placed in the test output folder, and with the help of the TestNG fail.xml file, we can rerun our test cases. But the interviewer asks, explain this question that how to rerun the failed test cases with the retry analyzer. So that time we have to say a retry analyzer in the test cases is an interface that allow failed test cases to be retried automatically. So guys, here retry analyzer is the interface and which contain one method that is called retry, and in the retry method we have to define how many times that the failed test cases should be retried. So we will see a retry analyzer in the TestNG is an interface that allows failed test cases to be retried automatically and at a specific number of time before marking it as a fail. So it is useful for handling intermediate failure or the flocky test. So we have to first implement retry analyzer interface, and we have to override its retry method to define how many times that we have our test should be retried. So for that, first we have to create a retry analyzer class. So this is the retry analyzer class that we have created, which implement retry analyzer. So guys, here retry analyzer is an interface and its override method is a retry, and in retry method it define how many times the failed test cases should be run. So we will see this code line by line. So first we have to, in the retry analyzer class, first we have to take a one variable count, and here means this is a count is a variable to track how many times the test should be retried so far. So here we have the time. So it is a initially it is a 0. Then we take another variable, and its variable name is a max retry. So this is our limit, means how many time we retry our failed test cases. So if the test fail, it will retry the 2 times. After that it give up and mark as a failed test cases. So for that, first we take a 2 variable. First is a count, and it is a limit is, it will take a 0, means initially it is a 0, and another variable we take a max retry, which is equal to 2, means it will run our failed test cases 2 times. Then this is the override, means this is the annotation that tell the Java that I am overriding a method from the interface retry analyzer. So then there we take a one method like a public boolean retry test result. So this is the main method that TestNG will automatically call when to test fail, and it returns a boolean that is true equal to retry the test and false equal to do not retry again. And test results parameter give about the test method that failed. Now again, here we have to write one sentence that if count is less than max try. So if the count is less than max try, so okay, sorry, here if the count is less than max try, so this will check the condition like a count and the max retry base. So if it yes, then it will process the retry again, and if the count plus plus means it will the retry count 1 by 1. So from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, that to track how many time it has retry you, and it will return 2 that yes retry the test case again. And if the only retry count has already reached that time, means if it is greater than the 2, so it will retry as a fail. So in this way I have explained the retry analyzer code. Now next step is we have to link this retry analyzer to the test classes. So for that we use @test annotation. Here we have to write parameter like retry analyzer equal to, here is the class name that we have created, means it will link the our test cases with the retry analyzer. Now the question is how to explain this question in the interview. So in TestNG we use retry analyzer to automatically retry the failed test cases. I create a class that implement retry analyzer, and we have to set a retry limit and attach it to the test by using @retry analyzer equal to class name, and this help handle the froggy and the temporary issue in the automation. So it is a normal way that we have to explain in the interview, but the interviewer asks explain this question is a project based, so you have to explain this star method and pause the screen and read this answers carefully. This is a quick summary related question, that is which interface we have used, retry analyzer. Which method we have implemented, retry method of the retry analyzer interface. Our retry limit means here we have used max retry variable. And how to attach, so with the @test annotation, here we have to pass parameter like retry analyzer equal to our retry analyzer class name. So and some follow-up question regarding to this retry analyzer. So how do you apply retry analyzer globally without using @test? Can you retry only for specific exception? It is good practice to retry the test failure, why or why not? And can retry analyzer can be used as a data provider? And how does retry analyzer affect the test report? So these are the following questions you may be faced during the interview. And I hope guys you understood this question. I have explained very well, and if you have any doubt regarding this question, please comment out in the comment box. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is what is Maven Surefire plugin? So the Maven Surefire plugin is a core plugin in the Maven that is used to run unit test and the integration test during the test. And it supports running tests written using the framework like JUnit and the TestNG. So it generates the test report, manage the test execution, and allow advanced configuration like running the specific test, skipping the test, parallel execution, and the retry logic. So Maven Surefire plugin means it is a core plugin in Maven that is used to run unit test and integration test during the test phase. It supports the running test writing using framework like JUnit and the TestNG. It generates test report and manage the test execution. So in the with the star method you have to explain this question. Quick summary about regarding this question. So plugin name Maven Surefire plugin, and what purpose is it's so to run the test cases automatically during Maven build. It work with the JUnit and the TestNG. Common uses like we use the mvn test mvn install command. And key feature of the Maven Surefire plugin like it is used for test filtering, reporting, parallel execution, and skipping test. Now we see the some follow-up question regarding to the Maven Surefire plugin. So these are the follow-up question, and I also include okay, I already include the star method. So if you have any query regarding this question, please comment down in the comment box. Now this is the round 2 interview question, means now we came for the round 2, and it was also technical. So the first questions of the round 2 that explain how do you pick which test cases to automate. So imagine you are packing for a school trip, and you only want to carry a thing that are really useful and heavy to carry every time. So similarly, when we choose the test cases to automate, we select tasks that are repeated again and again, like packing lunch daily. So tasks that are important and can't be missed, and tasks that are time consuming if done manually. So which test cases we have, while picking the test cases to automate, we have to certain test case, we have to certain conditions like tasks that are repeated again and again, tasks that are important and can't be missed, tasks that are time consuming if we done the manually. So we prioritize automation test cases that highly repetitive, time consuming, business critical, and less likely to check frequently, means it doesn't change frequently. So Repetitive criteria means frequently executions in every regressions and the release. Time consuming means take a lot of time to execute manually. Business critical and high risk test cases mean failure causes a big business impact like login and the payment. Stable test scenario like requirement are frozen or rarely changes, means it doesn't change frequently. And data driven scenario like tests that need to run the multiple times. Regression, smokes and sanity criteria like commonly repeated for every build or every sprint. Easily automable means has a stable UI element, clear API, no frequent DOM changes. So these are the certain condition that certain criteria or certain condition. And so in that situation we have to pick the test cases for the automation. Now the another question, what criteria not to automate? So one time test cases, no worthy to automate effort. Frequently changing tests, so causes maintainable headache. Exploratory, we can't use the exploratory test cases for the automations. UI design and look feel mean no stable, if there is no stable UI, so we can't automate these test cases also. As a real life example, so I also here given the real time example. So login functionality, so yes, we can took the login functionality criteria for the automation, but we can't took the check email layout for the automation because design validation and based on manually. Also we took the search functionality with filter for the automations. Now the normally way you have to explain the question. I usually choose the test cases for the automation based on these factors like repetitiveness, time to execute, business criticality and the stability of the application. For example, in my project we automated smoke and the regression test cases like login, search functionality and checkout flows because they run in every build and take time to validate manually, so we can pick these test cases for the automations. But we avoided automating area with frequently changing UI exploratory testing because they require manual judgment. So in this way you have to explain this question in the interview, and if the interviewer asks explain this question the project based, so pause your screen and read this answer carefully and explain this way. Now this is the final summary checklist. So you can read, pause the screen and you can read this final summary also. Now the next question is, write a code to find a broken link in the Selenium. So first we will see what are the broken links. So broken link is a hyperlink on a web page that point to a non-existent or unreachable resources. So what is broken link? Broken link is a hyperlink on a web page that point to not existent or the unreachable resources like 404 means not found, 500 means server error.